let me take a look. Okay, we're live. Looks good so far. So yeah, yesterday we stopped at this point, and actually one thing to mention is I checked the documentation of this bouncy checkbox, and there is actually the way to there is property disable built-in state, and it's work as we need it. So let's start Metro bundler, start our app. Reload. Okay, we are good here, and I think we can continue. And the basics of our to-do application are done, but as I said, when starting this tutorial we want to be able to provide assignees for each of our to-dos. Yeah, this is the part I'm curious about, because after this tutorial I'm thinking about creating shared to-do app where will be users, and you can share between the users with probably Supabase backend. We will focus on this feature. To do that, let's assume that the list of users comes from XHR request to or another data source. Feel free to either implement it or add to the application user management feature. First, we need to populate the users map. To do so, we'll simply pass in some users when creating the users map. So we can do this on create and create root store. And I don't know why, but with microphone it's completely awkward to use right hand keyboard. But I hope I will learn how to do it over the time. So yeah, you see there is eat the cake. So maybe let's add a couple more. Okay, sleep well, work hard. Let's say we manage only eat a cake. All right. So we learned how to populate our state on create, so this is basically what we need when we do persist. Now we need to change our to-do model to store the user assigned to the to-do. We could do that by storing the user map ID and provide a computed that resolve to the user. You can do it as an exercise, but you would end up with copious amount of code. MST supports reference out of the box. That means that we can define a user attribute on the to-do model that's a reference to a user instance. When getting the snapshot, the value of the attribute will be the defined of the user. When reading, it will result to the correct instance of the user model, and when setting you could provide either the user model instance or the user identifier. This is actually super cool. I like it. This is a serialization part you probably will miss in the MobX. I don't know, maybe there is a way to achieve this easily, but from what I saw so far, I have very little experience with MobX, but this is the problem I kinda face already and I'm not sure how to solve it. So MobX state tree provide us solution. This is cool. In order to make our reference work, we need to tell MST which attribute to use as a unique identifier of each user model. The identifier attribute cannot be mutated once the model instance has been created. It also means that if you try to apply a snapshot with a different identifier on that model, it will throw an error. On the other hand, provided the identifier helps MST understand elements in maps and arrays and allow it correctly reuse model instance in array and maps when possible. To define an identifier, you will need to define a property using the types identifier type composer. For example, we want the identifier to be a string. Okay, so there is keyword identifier. It cannot be modified when it's created. As I said before, identifiers are required upon creating of the element and cannot be mutated. So if you end up receiving an error like this, it's because you also have to provide IDs for the users in the snapshot for the create of root store. So maybe we can try to add like user ID types identifier types no, and now we have this error. Yeah, to be honest, those errors is maybe you can get used to it, but yeah. Yeah, it actually says what there is, like users, one ID value, and then undefined. So we can fix it with adding IDs. Let's do this. So yeah, users. And now we should be fine. Yep. Okay. Now how to define the reference. The reference we are looking for can be easily defined as types reference user. Sometimes this can lead to circular reference that may use a model before declarate. To postpone the resolution of the model, you can use types late user. Okay, instead of just user, and that will hold the model and defer its evaluation. The user assignee for the to-do could also be omitted, so we will use types maybe to allow the user property to be null and be initialized as null. So we add in this field user type maybe, so maybe it's sounds similar to optional in the first place, but I guess it should be clearly it should be provided, it should be null if not exist. Okay, with optional type we are providing always default value, and with maybe we can have null instead of yeah, the value. Okay, types reference, types late user. Yeah, a bit cumbersome on the first time, but I think you just need more time to get used to it. This syntax typing, like when you write like tens of models, it's probably become easy peasy. So times maybe type reference, as I remember, and something with late. Okay, types late and function user, and I did a mistake in typing reference. Okay, the app is still running. And set user, and user is it expected to be a string? This is actually a bit weird, but let's try. Set user sorry, user then if user equal empty string self user undefined and else self user. It is, yeah, but I'm not sure what the is it our ID, so user ID identifier, but what the type? It's string. Okay, so I can probably say it's string. No, it's not. This is interesting how to type it with the TypeScript. So before we will move on, TypeScript, and let's see. So we have instance of a type, snapshot, I state 3, I maybe, reference type, nothing about reference. Can I do it like type of self user? The empty string is a bit weird in terms of typing. What's going on here? Why? Okay, I can solve it like this, just but there should be a better solution. I don't know. Maybe we can search on the GitHub. And the trick I'm using a lot is just see some existing code. So we will try go to the GitHub, then search for MobX state 3 in the code and language TypeScript. Okay, here is, I see, schema any. This is the way we can solve anything. Fetch user ID, okay. Users, no user, and let's see, user ID. Is there any reference? No. Then maybe okay, comment late reference. I see any's. Okay. So far, but maybe there are better solution. Let's keep looking to it. Services, book builder. Okay. There is no reference in user. Maybe no. Okay, no reference here. stores. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for type reference, so maybe this is the right way. No match is found. Okay, let's move on. No. Is it search not working correctly, or nobody really used the reference feature? Interesting. Oh, it looks for files probably, or I don't know. Yeah, this is wrong search. Okay, let's skip it for now and finish with the tutorial, then we can investigate. Maybe you want to declare in that able to consume both types, snapshot or instance, and type of type. Probably this is just the right way to do it. Let's import it. Type of user. Is it no? It's look like it should be a right option for me, but I don't know. Maybe there is some more examples, but yeah, I already saw there's nothing about the reference. Okay. This is here we are, and now we need to edit our views to display a select along with each to the view, where the user can choose the assignee for the task. To do so, we will create a separate component user picker view and use it inside the to-do view component to trigger the set user call. That's it. So maybe let's first of all take a look how it's. Okay, there is a picker. So there is a picker we can place. I'm thinking easy way to add picker. To the React Native app, just for tutorial purpose. And I'm not really sure. Should I write it myself? Okay, so this is what we need to add. User picker view next to our input. React Native select. I think we can do this one. Again, no native dependencies, so we can use it with Expo. User select. Should it be observer? Yeah. So observer. And return. Just for the template view, and let's take a look how to use. So I can place it like this. Yeah, I need to install it. Of course. So our data is store users, values, array from this is where we will assign user to the to do. Sorry. Okay, we can select it. Flex direction row. Padding left. Now we need to pass the to do here. To type. Okay. And on select. On select we can do let's take a look at what's going on snapshot. And yeah, we probably need to reload. So sleep well, and user has the string 2. I'm curious, will it also work if I do not the ID but set user will also work. And yeah, let's see what snapshot is provided. So yeah, you see it still put the identifier, whatever we put, the ID or the user object. Okay, this is good, I think. And now we also need to introduce default value. Default value. Will be to do user. And now to check it, maybe on create we can assign user and just an ID. So let's take a look. Yeah, it works. Very interesting. Okay, is there anything more? Yeah, this is basically it. One neat feature of the reference is that they will throw an error if you accidentally remove a model. This is required but a computed property. If you try to remove user that used by reference, you get something like this. Yeah, let's quickly check the implementation. So we store on change. So on change, it set user ID. You know what we can do? We can ask the people who maintain the state tree. Let me hide my screen for a second. And yeah, this is Infinity Red community. And there is a channel MobX state tree. Yeah. So we can ask about it. So, hey guys, or folks, I'm going through and getting started tutorial. And I have one question. Let's do screenshot. What should be the type of user argument in TypeScript? Okay. I think we will get reply somewhere in 12 hours or so, when United States working hours will be more or less in the middle. So yeah, this was a super interesting tutorial to go through. This reference feature is really cool. Overall, my impression of MobX State 3 is something that really worth to try. The MobX is performer wise, so this is definitely I'd like to try in something more complicated than just to do tutorial. What else I'm thinking about to watch this video. I'm investigating the MobX State 3, and it's really improve your understanding. Like, it was mind switch for me when I use Redux and when I watched and recreate myself basic version of Redux. The things become more clear, how to use it, no black magic, just yeah. So I think it's really worth to try, so maybe we will do it tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys. Bye.